Hi, I'm Bob Moncur and you're watching Newcastle Fans TV.
Hi everybody, welcome to another video. We're going to be looking at 10 things what Rafa Benitez needs to address at the end of the season. This has actually been pinched from the Chronicle because they put a 10 bullet points. So I've pinched it from these guys for the idea for the video. So we're going to start with number one problem. The number 10 position. So the number 10, so we know that Mo Diame and Ayoze Perez play in the number 10 position because Rafa likes to have the 4-2-3-1 formation with the number 10 pushing on a little bit further forward. Now, Diame was signed in the summer. He's been predominantly poor, I have to admit. He's had the odd flash, especially around December time where he was decent. Perez, I thought, would go on a kick on in the season. He hasn't. Despite him scoring 9 goals in all competitions, he's been a little bit frustrated, is the way I describe it from my own personal view. Now, for me, if Rafa's going to go in with this formation into the new season, hopefully it's going to be the Premier League, of course, either we're going to have to sign a number 10 or we're going to have to completely change the formation. Let us know what you think on that in your comments down there below. Number 2, what is the futures of Christian Atsu, Johan Gouffran and Vernon Anita? So Atsu has... Most fans, from what I gather on social media, like him. He's very direct, very pacey. The question is, how much are Chelsea going to ask for? Now, I think it's rumoured that's around about 8 million. Is it worth 8 million? I'm sure you'll let me know in the comments down there below. Is he worth 8 million? And can he hack it in the Premier League? Because he couldn't even get in the Bournemouth and Everton side when you were in the Premier League, which is a little bit worrying. Johan Gouffran, he's been a revelation, in particular the first half of the season. He's out of contract. I don't feel personally that he will get a contract. Whether he deserves one's another debate which you can answer. Vernon Anita. Now, Vernon Anita is another one that's running out his contract. He's more versatile. He's now made the right back his own challenge in Yedlin. He can also fill in a defence midfield role if needs to be as well. And even start his career, had a spell at Ajax at left back as well. But 3 players there that we need to look at. Who's going to be signed permanently, who's going to be kept on. It's an interesting one. The third one, how do we make St James's Park a fortress? Now, we know that brilliantly that War Yem and the Gallagher flags have tried something, and it's nice to see that these guys are trying. The flags displays are absolutely magnificent. The atmosphere, especially in the Gallagher, is absolutely phenomenal before games. How do we now extend that around the ground? Now, I've done a video of that away fans need to sit closer to pitch side in the Premier League next season. So that's a video that you want to go out and check. Away fans next season, if we're in the Premier League, I know this is ifs and buts, have to sit pitch side. Now, I think that'll enhance the atmosphere around the ground, but how do we spread it around? Especially, I think the Leazes and the Milburn are 2 weak areas in my eyes. How do we get the fans singing? It's a difficult one, but you know, you've got groups like War Yem and you've got obviously the Gallagher flags do marvellous things. We need to now extend that, maybe have another group in that kind of section. Who knows? It's a difficult one. It's a really, really difficult one. Just going back, number 4, a plan B. A plan B, because if things aren't going right, we're not seeing a plan B. We're not seeing substitutes coming on a lot earlier. For example, Dal Murphy come on the weekend. It was something different, rather different to Gale, and he scored. However, why not play 2 up top when we're struggling a little earlier rather than the last 5 minutes? Why not? I can see... This sounds negative on Rafa. It's not. It's just 10 things that we need to look at to improve us next season. I can see why he's swapping Richie, Gouffran, Atsu a lot. I can see why he does that. But why not have a plan B? Why not play 4-3-3 even? I'm sure that'll change in the Premier League as well. But I think we do need a plan B, because when we're coming up against teams, especially at home, and we're struggling, we haven't got an answer. If Chancel Shelby's not playing particularly well, where's where goals going to come from? Even if you take Richie out as well. Number 5, what is happening with Chancel, Mbemba and Alexander Mitrovic? Now, Mbemba, for me, is the most gifted defender at the club. Some will probably disagree with that. But I personally think Chancel Mbemba, yes, he had a poor game against Wolves at home earlier on the season. And we've seen him once or twice, a substitute appearance in the cup game. We haven't seen him since. What is there something more deeper than that? Has he fell out with Rafa? Is there something not right with him? Is he not mentally right? Does he not want to be here? Is his form that bad? I mean, he's 4th choice centre-back at the moment. I mean, yes, we got relegated last season, but he was the best defender in my eyes last year. So it's an interesting one with Mbappe. Mitrovic, that's that good old debate. Seems like fans are now 50-50. Some absolutely adore him. Some absolutely loathe him. What do we do with Mitrovic? I mean, if a club comes in at the end of the season and says there's 15 million, I'm not going to lie, I'll take that. I like him. I really like him. He's a fan's favourite. He gets the crowd going. He gets the roar. He's got passion for the club as well. I like that side of the thing. I think he just needs. I don't know what it is, Mitrovic goals. He thought this season him and Perez will go on and kick on and bag you 15, 20 goals, but Mitrovic can't even get in the side, and now he's third choice at the minute. So maybe that'll change at the end of the season, of course. Who knows? Moving on to number 6, the goalkeeping situation. Now, we know Carl Dollar's been predominantly fantastic this season. A couple of errors, 3 or 4 errors, which have dropped points. However, I expect that from goalkeeper. Matt Sells, when he was bought last year, he hasn't looked very great, to be honest. He looks a little bit shaky. Maybe, I don't know if Matt Sells perhaps put him out on loan for next season or even sell him. You've got Freddie Woodman, who's out on loan. Many big things expected of him. Will he get a chance in the first team? It's very unlikely. I really rate Freddie Woodman. He's just got in the Scottish Premier League Team of the Week as well. And then you've also got Tim Krul, who's out on loan. Disastrous spell at Ajax, has went back to AZ. He's now back in the Dutch squad as well. So he's actually come out and said today that his future is at Newcastle. Despite when he does come back in the summer, you'll only have 1 year left. What's the situation with Tim Krul? So there's another one. And then you've got Rob Elliott, who's just been recalled to the Irish full international yesterday. We've got some quality keepers, don't get me wrong. We've got some who are a bit iffy, but we've got 5 goalkeepers there. You're going to have to see at least 2 or 3 of them temporarily or permanently go out, loan or either transfer. Let us know who you would keep as goalkeepers. Number 7, out with this side if we go up, who is actually really Premier League quality. For me, there's only 2 in my eyes. That's Jonjo Shelvey and Matt Ritchie, who are proven to be quality players. The rest are all debatable. Maybe you can chuck in a few other players. I'm sure you guys will throw it out there. Maybe Dwight Gale. Can he cut it really in the Premier League? Chancel Bemba's another one, you know. We'll have to see on that one. I mean, for me, it's just Shelvey and Ritchie. That's it for my eyes. Let us know what you think of that. I mean, it's a difficult one, you know. Number 8. Will there be funds available in the summer? That's something that Rafa needs to look at. I'm sure Rafa will have his board meeting at the end of the season and we'll have a look at the funds, the TV money coming in from Sky and BT and so on. Will there be funds available? This squad needs a massive overhaul in my eyes. It does. It needs a good, probably, you're going to have to talk over 50 million again for this squad to be enhanced, rich, improved on. It has to. Number 9, which follows on from that question, can you trust the board? Now, the reason why I'm bringing this up is because in January, Rafa got screwed over. And he wasn't very happy about it when he was asked the question about Andros Townsend towards the back end of the transfer, just after the transfer window, when he was interviewed after the match. He basically said that he wanted Andros Townsend and it didn't happen because the club didn't make it happen. So it was a slight dig there. There was a couple of, obviously, for a good week and a half speculation that Mike Ashley was interfering, Lee Charney was, the rest of the board were. What's going on with Graham Carr? I mean, what's his role at the club going on future as well? We've already got a European scout doing our work already, so what's going on with Graham Carr? And number 10, what's the long-term future for Rafa? Because if he doesn't get those two previous questions, he's off. He's off if he doesn't get the question 8 and question 9, which were, are the funds available? And does he trust the board? If those 2 don't match with the last question, will Rafa have a long-term future? No, he's off. So, another club could poach him further down the line. Let's just say Rafa gets his funds. He's happy with the board. Things are going well in Newcastle. They're playing all right in the Premier League. We're stay up, etc. And then this big, massive club comes in for him. And if it's in England, will Rafa walk from Newcastle? It's an interesting one. There's 10 questions for you. It's not so much a negative because we need to turn this into a positive next season. We need to address, I feel, some of those 10 questions there, which were brought up by the Chronicle on their website a couple of days ago. Let us know what you think, of course, of all of that. And if you want more further news, of course, Newcastle Fans TV on Twitter hammers. We have about 30-40 tweets per day on the club. And we've also got Instagram, same username, Newcastle Fans TV. We're also Snapchat as well, which you can follow us. We'll do some videos and talk to you about, obviously, events and so on with football, Newcastle Fans TV, if you want to add us there. And of course we've got Facebook, which is Newcastle Fans TV, which shows you a lot of articles, about 4 or 5 articles per day. And of course we're on the web, which is newcastlefanstv.com. And if you want to write for us, give us a shout in the social media. And of course, if you want to do any videos as well, give us a shout. Thanks for watching. See you later.